Hello everyone, welcome to Prominent Biology classes. In this video, we will discuss X-ray spectra, absorption spectra and light reaction. So let's see what is X-ray and absorption spectra. I have drawn these graphs of X-ray and absorption spectra. Actually, light is the electromagnetic radiations of sun, and human eye can see only certain wavelength of light, that is called the visible spectra, and that ranges from 400 to 700 nanometer. So these wavelength, how the plants behave or react. Absorption spectra means here the different wavelength of light that is absorbed by different pigments, means अलग अलग जो pigments हैं वो एक particular wavelength of light को ही absorb कर पाते हैं. Look here, these are the pigments. This green color represents the chlorophyll A pigment and this blue color represents chlorophyll B pigments. Here you can see that this green chlorophyll A can absorb, the maximum light is absorbed by this chlorophyll A pigment is of 400 to 500 wavelength nanometer, and again between the 600 to 700 nanometer it is absorbed by the chlorophyll A pigment. Same the chlorophyll B pigment, it can absorb, the maximum absorption by this chlorophyll B pigment ranges from 400 to 550 nanometers, and again the 600 to 700 nanometers of wavelength of light can be absorbed by this chlorophyll B pigment. And you can see this in NCERT book also. The carotenoids are also given here, right? So these wavelength is maximum absorbed by these two pigments. So this is the absorption spectra. Now see the rate of photosynthesis. What is the rate of photosynthesis during at this wavelength? Rate of photosynthesis means the maximum amount of oxygen released during the photosynthesis. So you can see the rate of photosynthesis is higher at 400 to 500 wavelength, and same at 6 to 700 wavelength the rate of photosynthesis is higher. So this is the action spectra. So if we superimpose this curve on this curve, these are the curve obtained by the absorption of sunlight by different pigment, and this is the curve obtained during the oxygen involved. So if we superimpose these two graphs, so we can find that maximum photosynthesis takes place at this wavelength 400 to 500. 400 से 500 नैनोमीटर पे मैक्सिमम फोटोसिंथेसिस हो रहा है, और 600 and 700 पे भी मैक्सिमम फोटोसिंथेसिस हो रहा है. सेम ईयर द पिगमेंट्स, द मैक्सिमम लाइट एब्जॉर्ब्ड बाय दीज टू पिगमेंट्स is 400 and 500 nanometer and 600 and 700 nanometer. So in these, what we conclude कि at these wavelengths is maximum absorbed by the light, means photosynthesis का जो rate है वो maximum कहाँ है, ब्लू लाइट और रेड लाइट रीजन में. These are the VIBGYOR. This is VIBGYOR. So maximum photosynthesis takes place in blue light and in red light, right? So this is the action and absorption spectra. Moving to the light reaction. Many events takes place in light reaction, such as absorption of light, absorption of light. Second, photolysis of water, photolysis of water. Third, release of oxygen. Fourth, synthesis of ATP, ATP. Reduction of NADP, reduction of NADP to NADPH2. So these are the events that takes place during light reaction. Before we discuss these events, let's try to understand the photosystem. Photosystem. And in photosynthesis, we read about two different photosystems. That is PS2 and PS1. PS2 and PS1. So their number is according to their discovery, not on the basis of their function. This PS2 absorbs the light of 600 nm wavelength. So it is also called as P6AT. And this photosystem 1 absorbs light of 700 and above wavelength. So P, it is also called as P700. Now we have to see the detailed structure of this photosystem. What is actually called the photosystem? So in photosystem, there is a reaction center. Suppose this is PS2. So here the chlorophyll A is present, which absorbs the light of 680 nm wavelength. This is chlorophyll A pigment, which is present in the reaction center because it absorbs the maximum light of blue and red region. That is why it is considered as the main pigment. And so accessory pigments surrounds this reaction center. These are the accessory pigments which surrounds the reaction center where chlorophyll A is present. These are the reaction center. They absorb different wavelength of light. Suppose this is the sunlight falls on it. So they absorb different wavelength of light and transfer its energy to its nearby pigment. It transfers its energy to this pigment, and finally the energy is transferred to the chlorophyll A pigment, right? Like this, right? And this chlorophyll A pigment, the electron of this chlorophyll A pigment, after absorbing the extra energy from these accessory pigments, its electron is excited. Excited means it jumped from its lower energy level to its upper energy level, right? And this electron is accepted by primary electron acceptor. So this is the photosystem where the energy is absorbed by the accessory pigments given to the main pigment, that is chlorophyll A, and after receiving extra energy, ये सारे accessory pigments जो energy absorb कर रहे हैं different wavelength से, वो energy अपनी transfer करेंगे chlorophyll A pigment को, और chlorophyll A pigment extra energy absorb करने के बाद इसके electrons excited state में आ जाएंगे, means they jump from lower energy level से वो higher energy level में jump करेंगे, और उसके बाद jump करके ये जाएंगे कहाँ? So it is accepted by primary electron acceptor, right? And this यहाँ तक के सिस्टम को हम कहते हैं फोटो सिस्टम. So this is the photo system. Same thing happens in photo system 1 and photo system 2, right? Only difference, the primary electron acceptor is different. फोटो सिस्टम 2 में प्राइमरी इलेक्ट्रॉन एक्सेप्टर कुछ और होता है, फोटो सिस्टम 1 में कोई और होता है, ठीक है? लेकिन दिस इज द फोटो सिस्टम. वन मोर थिंग अबाउट द फोटो सिस्टम, ये जो एसेसरी पिगमेंट्स हैं जो कि लाइट को एब्जॉर्ब कर रहे हैं, डिफरेंट वेवलेंथ की लाइट को एब्जॉर्ब करके मेन पिगमेंट क्लोरोफिल ए को दे रहे हैं, इनको हम कहते हैं लाइट हार्वेस्टिंग कॉम्प्लेक्स और एंटीना. एंटीना में मतलब सिर्फ ये एसेसरी पिगमेंट्स, This chlorophyll A is not considered here. Now let's see what happens to this electron which is accepted by the primary electron acceptor. So that is the electron transport. So let's see what is electron transport. The electron transport. Sorry, I have to change this. Yes. So in electron transport, suppose this is the PS2, means P680, and when the light reaction and the accessory pigments are surrounding this reaction center, so when the sunlight falls on this accessory pigments and the accessory pigments transfer its energy to the chlorophyll A, the electron excited and it jumps, and here it is accepted by primary electron acceptor, that is pheophytene in case of PS2. This electron acceptor, it transfers this electron through a chain where the cytochrome complex is actually uses the energy of this electron. So see, ये जो प्राइमरी इलेक्ट्रॉन एक्सेप्टर है ये इस इलेक्ट्रॉन को ट्रांसफर कर देता है प्लास्टोक्विनोन को, ठीक है. दिस प्लास्टोक्विनोन इज एक्सेप्टेड बाय दिस इलेक्ट्रॉन इज एक्सेप्टेड बाय प्लास्टोक्विनोन. ये प्लास्टोक्विनोन इस इलेक्ट्रॉन को ट्रांसफर करेगा साइटोक्रोम B6 में, साइटोक्रोम B6F actually. This is a complex which accept this electron, and this cytochrome uses the extra energy of this electron and make the ATP. ये ADP में एक inorganic phosphate को join करेगा by using this energy and making the ATP, and then this electron, it is released, it is transported to the plastocyanine. Plastocyanine में आते आते the energy is lost. It's the energy of this electron is exhausted, and this plastocyanine transfer this electron to the PS1. This is P700. Okay. PS2 से इलेक्ट्रॉन मूव किया आफ्टर गेटिंग द एक्स्ट्रा एनर्जी. दिस इलेक्ट्रॉन इज एक्सेप्टेड बाय pheophytene, प्राइमरी इलेक्ट्रॉन एक्सेप्टर. दिस pheophytene ट्रांसफर दिस इलेक्ट्रॉन टू प्लास्टोक्विनोन. प्लास्टोक्विनोन ने ट्रांसफर किया साइटोक्रोम B6F में कॉम्प्लेक्स को, एंड साइटोक्रोम B6F कॉम्प्लेक्स से प्लास्टोसायनिन ने इलेक्ट्रॉन को एक्सेप्ट किया. बट ड्यूरिंग दिस पैसेज, ये जब ये ट्रांसफर हो रहा था इलेक्ट्रॉन, तो इस इलेक्ट्रॉन की एक्स्ट्रा एनर्जी को इस साइटोक्रोम B6 ने यूज किया और ATP का फॉर्मेशन किया, ठीक है. अब ये प्लास्टोसायनिन से ये एनर्जी, ये इलेक्ट्रॉन जो कि एनर्जी को अब लूज कर चुका है, दिस इज गिवन टू PS1, एंड एट द सेम टाइम द लाइट एनर्जी, यहाँ पे भी ये जो सनलाइट की एनर्जी है that is accepted by the primary electron, the accessory pigments, और ये accessory pigments से extra energy निकलेगा, और ये जो chlorophyll A pigment, that is the chlorophyll A molecule that is present in photosystem 1, इसका electron excite होगा, और again the excited electron is it changes its lower energy level to higher energy level, और ये PS1 के इलेक्ट्रॉन को एक्सेप्ट करेगा एक दूसरा प्राइमरी इलेक्ट्रॉन एक्सेप्टर. दैट इलेक्ट्रॉन आफ्टर गेटिंग द एक्स्ट्रा एनर्जी फ्रॉम एसेसरी पिगमेंट इज एक्साइटेड and changes its orbit level. लोअर एनर्जी लेवल से ये हायर एनर्जी लेवल पे जाएगा, एंड हियर द इलेक्ट्रॉन इज एक्सेप्टेड बाय अनदर प्राइमरी इलेक्ट्रॉन एक्सेप्टर, एंड दिस इलेक्ट्रॉन इज ट्रांसफर्ड टू द फेरोडॉक्सिन. ठीक है, यहां से ये फेरोडॉक्सिन इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को ट्रांसफर करेगा NADP रिडक्टेज एंजाइम के पास. This NADP reductase enzyme use the energy of this electron and helps in making the NADPH, where like that. It helps in reduction of NADP into NADPH2. DPH2. So the ATP is also formed and NADPH2 is also formed. These two are the products of light reaction. Once again, after getting the sunlight, the electrons from PS2 is excited and it is accepted by primary electron acceptor. These electrons are moved. They are not used by, these are the mobile electron carriers. और ये मोबाइल इलेक्ट्रॉन कैरियर्स हैं, ये इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को एक्सेप्ट करेंगे प्राइमरी इलेक्ट्रॉन एक्सेप्टर से, एंड द फर्स्ट वन इज ए प्लास्टोक्विनॉन. ये ट्रांसफर करेगा इलेक्ट्रॉन को साइटोक्रोम B6F में, वो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को ट्रांसफर कर देंगे प्लास्टोसायनिन को. बट ड्यूरिंग दिस ट्रांसपोर्ट दे यूज द एनर्जी ऑफ दिस, एक्स्ट्रा एनर्जी ऑफ दिस इलेक्ट्रॉन. उस एक्स्ट्रा एनर्जी का यूज कहाँ करेंगे? ये ADP और फॉस्फेट, इनऑर्गेनिक फॉस्फेट को ज्वाइन करके ATP बनाने में. ठीक है, देन दिस प्लास्टोसायनिन that accepts the electron from cytochrome, it transfer this electron to photosystem 1, that is P700. and here in P700 में ये भी तो सनलाइट लेगा. So after getting the energy from sunlight, the electron of this chlorophyll A pigment, यहाँ भी chlorophyll A pigment है, इसके electrons excited होंगे and that is accepted by primary electron acceptor. यहाँ से ये primary electron acceptor transfer this electron to ferredoxine, and from ferredoxine this the enzyme is present on the outer membrane of the thylakoid. That enzyme is NADP reductase enzyme. So this electron is helping in reducing this NADP to NADPH, right? The actual process कैसे, कहाँ से हाइड्रोजन आया, that we will see in chemiosmotic. So ये NADPH2 भी बन गया और ATP भी बन गया. Now see, here in this is the called as a phosphorylation, because यहाँ पे phosphate is adding here. So in this phosphorylation, the PS2 and PS1, it acts in a series. जो इलेक्ट्रॉन यहाँ से निकला वो PS1 में आया, वापस नहीं आया. ठीक है, so if this action continues, अगर ये कॉन्टिन्यूअस में एक सनलाइट फॉल हो रहा है और इलेक्ट्रॉन escapes from this chlorophyll A, so at one time कभी तो ऐसा होगा कि इलेक्ट्रॉन खाली हो जाएगा यहाँ से. So how this electron is fulfilled here, कहाँ से ये इलेक्ट्रॉन आ रहे हैं? तो there is a complex also that is called as the photolysis complex. So यहाँ water thylakoid के inner lumen में, suppose this is the thylakoid, so inner side में there is a complex present. That complex helps in photolysis of water, and outside में यहाँ पे reductase enzyme होती है, NADP reductase enzyme. So this complex helps in photolysis of water. Photolysis of water means water का टूटना with the help of light. ठीक है, let me use this color. So water break करेगा 2 protons, 2 electrons and plus nascent oxygen. that nascent oxygen rearrange themselves and released into the atmosphere. So this oxygen is coming from water. This electron goes to PS2 sorry. ये जो इलेक्ट्रॉन यहाँ वाटर के टूटने से निकला, ये इलेक्ट्रॉन ट्रांसफर होगा PS2 में, और इन दिस वे द इलेक्ट्रॉन सप्लाई मेंटेन्ड, ये इलेक्ट्रॉन की सप्लाई यहाँ मेंटेन रहेगी, और ये हाइड्रोजन ये यूज हो जाएगा यहाँ NADPH को रिडक्शन में, ठीक है. दिस प्रोटॉन इज यूज्ड इन द रिडक्शन ऑफ NADP. This is used here, and this oxygen is released into the atmosphere. So here the two photosystems are in a series. The electrons that is moving from PS2, ये PS2 से जो इलेक्ट्रॉन मूव किया वो वापस नहीं आया, it is not coming back to PS2. So this type of phosphorylation is called as non-cyclic phosphorylation. ठीक है, where both the photosystems are involved, PS2 and PS1 both are involved in non-cyclic photophosphorylation. This is non-cyclic photophosphorylation. Phosphorylation means addition of phosphate with the help of light. Photo and phosphorylation. If in another system which is called as cyclic phosphorylation, in cyclic phosphorylation only one system is involved. Here in non-cyclic photophosphorylation both the photosystems are present in grana, so the non-cyclic photophosphorylation takes place, and it is also called as Z scheme. Actually this is the N type, but we just turn it, so it is a Z scheme. Why it is called as Z scheme? This is why it is not denoted by any other letter. Z scheme, because the PQ, the plastoquinone and plastocyanine, their position is different. This plastocyanine is present towards the upper membrane of the thylakoid, and the plastocyanine presents towards the lower inner membrane of the thylakoid, and in this way the scheme, the transport of electron represents the Z scheme. So it is also called as Z scheme. Right? Now coming to the cyclic phosphorylation. Cyclic phosphorylation that takes place in stromal lamellae. This is the chloroplast, and in chloroplast, which is double layered membrane, if you just try to brush up, these are the granum. These two grana are connected by stromal lamellae. Non-cyclic photophosphorylation takes place in the thylakoid, because both the photosystem present in membrane of thylakoid, and cyclic photophosphorylation it takes place in stromal lamellae. In this stromal lamellae, because in stromal lamellae only one photosystem is present, that is PS1. Stromal lamellae. Because in stromal lamellae only one photosystem, that is PS1, is present. Only PS1 is present. Secondly, the enzyme that helps in reduction of NADPH is not present in stromal lamellae. So no NADP production. NADPH production takes place in cyclic photophosphorylation. Only ATP is produced. In cyclic photophosphorylation. Now see here. When the sunlight falls, this is the sunlight that falls on this PS1, the excited electron is accepted by the primary electron acceptor, and it passing through the electron transport chain. इलेक्ट्रॉन ट्रांसपोर्ट सिस्टम से पास करने के बाद ये वापस आ जाता है PS1 के पास, दैट इलेक्ट्रॉन. ठीक है. सो बिकॉज ऑफ दिस मूवमेंट द होल इलेक्ट्रॉन होल इज फॉर्म्ड. जैसा मैंने पहले भी बताया, इन नॉन साइक्लिक फोटोफॉस्फोराइलेशन में the electron hole is created, and that hole is fulfilled by the photolysis by the electron that is coming from the photolysis of water. वहाँ जो PS1 में PS2 में इलेक्ट्रॉन होल बन रहा था, वो इलेक्ट्रॉन होल वाटर जो टूट रहा था उसके इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आकर के वहाँ पे उसको फुलफिल कर रहे थे, उस होल को ब्लॉक कंप्लीट कर रहे थे. बट यहाँ पे कोई फोटोलिसिस ऑफ वाटर की ज़रूरत नहीं है, because the electron that is coming from this PS1 is coming back to this system. ठीक है. Electrons की tendency होती है always to come back to its grounded state. So this electron, after giving its energy to this system, coming back to this PS1, और इस सिस्टम में यहाँ पे ATP का फॉर्मेशन होगा सिर्फ. NADPH reductase enzyme is not present in stromal lamellae. So NADP का H का फॉर्मेशन नहीं होगा. ठीक है. कोई फोटोलिसिस ऑफ वाटर नहीं हो रहा है, यहाँ सिर्फ और सिर्फ ATP का फॉर्मेशन हो रहा है. So this is the cyclic photophosphorylation. I hope this video will be helpful to you. In the next video we will cover chemiosmotic hypothesis.